Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal has reached the Indian capital, New Delhi, for a 4-day state visit of the southern neighbours. The visit this time is replete with agendas, political parleys and interactions. A team of foreign ministry had already reached in New Delhi to discuss some outstanding and contentious bilateral issues. Good evening, and I'm Sarah Chitrakar, and these are the headlines of the hour. Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal reaches New Delhi with a host of agendas. Political parleys begin today itself. Premier Dahal to meet Indian Prime Minister Modi tomorrow. President Ramchandra Paudel certifies the citizenship bill, which has remained stranded for 9 months. Office of the President claims of following constitutional provisions. The UN World Food Programme announces a major breakthrough in Sudan. The aid agency delivers food to families trapped in the war-torn country's capital, Khartoum, for the first time since fighting broke out. And 6-time winners Sevilla tackle a Roma side managed by Jose Mourinho in the grand finale of the UEFA Europa League. The showdown slated for 45 minutes past midnight Nepal time. Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal has reached the Indian capital, New Delhi, for a 4-day state visit of the southern neighbours. Prime Minister Dahal left for India with a delegation of more than 100 members, including 50 government officials and others from the private sector. Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal was greeted by Indian State Minister for External Affairs and Culture Meenakshi Lekhi and Nepali Ambassador to India Shankar Sharma at the Indira Gandhi International Airport in New Delhi. Prime Minister Dahal is staying at the Hotel ITC Maurya in Sardar Patel Way. Indian Secretary for External Affairs Vinay Mohan Kwatra is to meet Prime Minister Dahal at the hotel, while India's National Security Advisor Ajit Doval is also to pay a courtesy call. Prime Minister Dahal will then attend the dinner to be hosted by the Nepali Embassy tonight. Prior to this, Prime Minister Dahal was bade a farewell at the Tribhuvan International Airport by Speaker of the House of Representatives Devraj Khimire, National Assembly Chairperson Ganesh Prasad Temalsina and Deputy Prime Minister Narayan Kaji Shrestha, among other ministers. Prime Minister Dahal will be the busiest tomorrow during his India visit, as it is the major day for dialogues and agreements. After laying garlands on the memorial of Mahatma Gandhi in Rajghat tomorrow morning, Prime Minister Dahal is slated to meet Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi at 5 minutes past 11 a.m. at the Nilgiri Hall of the Hyderabad House. The two Prime Ministers are set to hold a one-to-one talk, which is expected to last for half an hour. They will then hold a bilateral delegation parley. Agreements are to be exchanged following conclusion of the meeting of the delegations. Both Prime Ministers are to jointly inaugurate a few projects. Agreements are expected to be reached regarding topics including long-term energy trade with India, permit for transmission lines for power export to Bangladesh, and aviation route permits for Nepal. Talks are also to be held on connectivity and projects of agriculture. According to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, long-term agreements are to be reached to attract Indian investment in the power sector. After a joint press conference by the two Prime Ministers, India is to host a lunch program. Prime Minister Dahal is to meet Indian Vice President Jagdeep Dhangad at 4 p.m. and then pay a courtesy call to Indian President Draupadi Murmu. Premier Dahal will then address the joint program of the industrialists and business persons of Nepal and India at 5:30 p.m. On Friday, the third day of his visit to India, Prime Minister Dahal is to leave for Indore, considered a clean city of India, in a flight scheduled for 8 a.m. where he is scheduled to take stock of a plan for management of waste. Premier Dahal will stay at Hotel Marriott on Friday, where he will meet Mangubhai Patel, the Governor of Madhya Pradesh, while Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan is to host a dinner program. On Saturday, the last day of India visit, Prime Minister Dahal will visit the Special Economic Zone and then reach the Indira Gandhi International Airport. He is scheduled to return home in the regular flight of Nepal Airlines, slated for 4:20 p.m. President Ramchandra Paudel has certified the citizenship bill. despite being endorsed by both houses for the previous term of the Federal Parliament. The Citizenship Bill, which was sent to the Sheetal Niwas for certification on the 1st of August 2022, former President Bidya Devi Bhandari had left the bill stranded. The same bill has now been certified by President Ramchandra Paudel. Press advisor to the President, Kiran Pokhrel, had informed about the certification of the bill. The current coalition government, formed after the general elections of November 20 last year, had recommended President Paudel to certify the bill. Opposition parties and several legal practitioners had expressed their resentment after Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal and senior leaders of the ruling coalition had met with President Paudel and urged him for certification of the bill 3 weeks ago. President Paudel certified the bill amidst ongoing debates regarding legitimacy of the bill and constitutional arrangements. The bill was certified before Prime Minister Dahal left for India today. Previous President Bhandari had returned the bill with an 8-point recommendations to the Parliament. However, both houses of the Parliament had endorsed the bill without any amendments and sent it to the President for certification again. Despite the constitutional arrangement for the President to certify the bill within 15 days, Bhandari had left the bill stranded. The same bill has now been certified after 9 months. The Constitution of Nepal does not have a clear arrangement regarding the proceedings in the situation where the President does not certify the bill within 15 days. Minister for Finance Prakash Charan Mahat has said that the government has not been able to curb several current expenditures despite identifying the need to do so. Addressing the post-budget interaction held in Kathmandu today, Finance Minister Mahat claimed that the capital expenditure would increase in the upcoming fiscal year, which would improve the national economy. He added that foreign loans should only be taken on the basis of necessity. Minister Mahat went on to say that the tax rates were revised by considering issues of national interest. Meanwhile, former Finance Minister Yuvraj Khatiwada said that the normal reduction of current expenditure could not improve the economy and added that there was no basis for a growth rate of 6%. Other speakers identified the need for creative improvement in the economy and called for better policies. Janata Samajwadi Party has withdrawn its support to the government in Koshi province. The province chair of Janata Samajwadi Party, Deepak Yakha, has said that the party has withdrawn its support to the government and recalled its ministers. Janata Samajwadi Party has recalled the province minister for health, Nirmala Limbu. The party has alleged the province government of failing to provide an outlet and created complications in the name of the province. Following withdrawal of the support from Janata Samajwadi, the CPN-UML-led government is likely to face challenges. New political equations had been formed in 6 provinces after changes in the alliance during the presidential election. However, the Koshi province government, led by Chief Minister Hikmat Kumar Karki, had included Janata Samajwadi and CPN Maoist Centre. Despite pressure from Nepali Congress on CPN Maoist Centre to quit the government, it is yet to reach a decision. In the 93, in fact, with their demand of actions against those involved in the Gore Massacre of Rohtahat, family members of those deceased have met with Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal and Minister for Home Affairs Narayan Kaji Shrestha. Family members of Pramod Yadav and Narmadeshwar Upadhyay, among others who were killed in the Gore Massacre on the 21st of March 2007, have met with the Prime Minister and the Minister for Home Affairs. They have demanded actions against those involved in the massacre. Meanwhile, Rohtahat administration has said that procedure for actions against those involved has already been initiated. The incident had occurred during the Maoist and Madeshi Janadhikar Forum were holding a program at the ground of the rice mill in Gaur. The Kathmandu Metropolis has warned of taking action against health institutions that have not been providing health services to the underprivileged groups according to law. Kathmandu Metropolis Mayor Balendra Shah has drawn the attention of the Minister for Health and Population, Mohan Bahadur Bosneth, to take actions against 68 health institutions. Shah has warned of taking actions from the metropolis if the minister does not initiate actions within 7 days. In a social media post, Shah has said that the details of the subsidies provided to the underprivileged was not provided even when asked for by the metropolis. As per the health institution operation standards and existing health-related laws, a treatment must be provided for free to the underprivileged groups by allocating 10% of the total beds. The Supreme Court has issued a verdict which prohibits having the skin and remains of wild animals at home and offices as decorative items. According to the verdict issued by the joint bench of Justices Sapna Pradhan Malla and Atil Prasad Shrestha, decorative items made from the body parts of conserved wild animals cannot be displayed at home and offices. The Supreme Court has also directed for archiving of the decoratives made from the body parts of wild animals made before the National Park and Wildlife Conservation Act was issued. The government had issued a similar notice twice in the past in the years 2032 BS and 2035 BS as per the Nepali calendar and had directed for recording of such items within 6 months. However, such notices had remained ignored. The government has no data about such decorative items. Time now for our segment, Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion. Here's the question. What's your take on the government's decision to provide 50 million rupees to lawmakers for infrastructure development in their electoral constituencies? Your options are A, wrong practice, B, to please lawmakers, and C, result of influence. Voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. The annual Summit and Adventure Mart of the umbrella organization of the Tourism and Travel Associations of the World, the Pacific Asia Travel Association PATA, has begun in Pokhara. Discussions are to be held on topics including sustainable tourism, crisis management, aviation safety, social networks, adventure and mountaineering tourism, among others. At the summit and mart, which will conclude on the 2nd of June, talks are also to be held regarding several aspects of promotion of tourism and tourism businesses. Around 250 participants from 22 countries, including the Minister for Tourism of Maldives, Abdullah Mausam, are attending the summit. Despite joint efforts of the government and international agencies to control child marriage in Nepal, adolescents of as young as 14 years of age are getting married in Palpa's Nisti rural municipality. 7 adolescents of the age of 14 to 15 and studying in grade 9 and 10 in Gorakhnath Secondary School got married in the rural municipality in the past 1 year. 8 others studying in the Gauri Shankar Secondary School also got married this year. While there is a growing trend of adolescents getting married and leaving school, there are some cases where children enrolled in primary school too have gotten married. Government's efforts to control child marriage through its children's forum at schools have not been effective enough. Experts have opined the lack of guidance on part of parents and guardians, excessive use of social media and traditional caste-based practices have added challenges in controlling child marriages. In fact, early marriages raises maternal and child mortality rate, risks of reproductive issues in girls and deprives them of education, among others. In response to the worsening situation, the Nisti rural municipality has implemented new policies and aimed at declaring itself child marriage free within 3 years. The local level has begun a special campaign to meet 51 of the requirements. It also plans to felicitate girls who clear their high school education and marry after the age of 20. Building of the nursing college located in the premises of Gajendra Narayan Singh Hospital in Rajbiraj has been handed over amidst a program today. Rajbiraj municipality has handed over the building of the nursing college to the hospital administration. The building was constructed with funds from then Saptari II parliamentarian and Janata Samajwadi Party chair Upendra Yadav's parliamentary fund. The two-story college building, constructed at an investment of 69,221,119 rupees, has 14 classrooms and 4 toilets. Despite completion of the building of the nursing college, operation of regular classes remain uncertain. Panchrauta municipality of Bara has provided 1 million rupees each in aid to 2 students pursuing their MBBS studies. At a program organized to make public the progress report of the one-year period of the elected public representatives, the financial aid was provided to the students. According to Municipality Mayor Jalandhar Singh, the amount was provided in financial aid to Anshul Raj and Nisha Chaurasia for their higher education. Meanwhile, 500,000 rupees was also provided to Prasangsha Kumari Yadav for her radiology studies. Time now for international update. The UN World Food Programme (WFP) on Tuesday announced a major breakthrough in Sudan, where the aid agency has delivered food to families trapped in the war-torn country's capital city, Khartoum, for the first time since fighting broke out. Speaking from the city of Port Sudan, Eddie Raoui, WFP's country director in Sudan, warned at a press briefing in Geneva that food shortages could worsen as the lean season is fast approaching. He added that the WFP is planning to reach 5.9 million people across Sudan over the next 6 months. Sudan has witnessed deadly armed clashes between the Sudanese army and the Rapid Support Forces paramilitary group in Khartoum and other areas since April 15, with the two sides accusing each other of initiating the conflict. The two conflicting sides on Monday agreed to a 5-day extension of a ceasefire agreement they signed on May 20 after negotiations in the Saudi Arabian city of Jeddah, according to local news report. An all-private astronaut team splashes down safely off Florida, capping and an 8-day research mission aboard the International Space Station. The SpaceX Crew Dragon capsule parachutes into the Gulf of Mexico after a 12-hour return flight and a blazing re-entry plunge through Earth's atmosphere. The Axiom 2 crew includes 2 Americans and 2 Saudis, including the first Arab woman sent into orbit.
You can see that capsule now streaking.
That's all for the moment. Our next English bulletin will be at 10:30 tonight. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.